Okay, happy Wednesday, April 14th. In several different and independent conversations I've had with many people, as well as just feel my own stuff. I feel like everyone is going through just like a weird and hard time. Even throughout the Beachbody Network, has been a very different new year. Usually in January, people are like, okay, like fresh start. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to turn off these notifications. Um, Fresh start, it's huge for health and fitness sales. And while there was a little bump, it was nothing like history has ever been. And that's kind of like the time that we're in right now, right? Like we're in unprecedented times and learning how to navigate not only our own stuff in that, but how to grow a business in online where there's so much white noise, and in health and fitness where it's like a taboo topic right now. I just had like a random person message me and be like, "Oh my gosh, you just lost a follower. I so disagree with what you are sharing." And I'm like, "Okay." She goes, what did she say? I guess you're just going to have to hope that Jesus is going to save you." Literally. I was like, "Oh, he already has, and he loves you more than you'll know." Like, it's just, this is the environment that we're in, But for that one message from that one random person, I've gotten so many positive ones. So, anyways, that all being said, I wanted to, in one place, simplify. First of all, why do we make this so hard? Why do most people stop taking action? And how can we simplify being successful in this coaching area and what we have to offer? And I am really excited. I've had an ongoing Marco Polo conversation with Sarah Holland, who's just jumped on, about, because she's been in this with me since very close to the beginning. And why do new coaches struggle? We've been talking about, why is it so hard on social media? Like, why do we make it so hard? Why do we make it so challenging? We've been talking through a lot of things, and that's where some of my ideas came from, what I'm about to share with you guys today. And I really think that you're going to get these slides. I'm going to share my screen here right now. But I really think that these slides and this fresh perspective is going to help everybody, like, stop overcomplicating it and we are making it so hard on ourselves. So here we go. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, so I want to take a second first, though, and I want to, for those of you who missed the National Wake Up Call, I highly recommend, please go listen to it. Please go listen to it. It was Christina Delgado, and she is my coach, Liz Hartkey's success partner, and she's one of the most influential, incredible women. She was a lawyer, and she literally quit her law practice and became a coach with Beachbody. She's extremely successful. And she asked a question on the National Wake Up Call, and she said, we need to remember and get back to, why are we a part of Team Beachbody? And if you struggle answering that question, that is where your problem is. So if you can't unmute yourself, I understand, but if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself or putting in the chat, if you can't unmute yourself, like, what is it to you that stands out? Why are you a part of Team Beachbody? Why did you decide to do this? And as you're thinking about this, I will go first, because I want you to, like, okay, well, this is, anyways, be able to explain it. For me, when I saw the total solution, literally with fitness and nutrition and support and supplementation in one place, it was a no-brainer for me, for myself, for my own journey. I was taking so many supplements and spending so much money on different products, and it's so many bottles of things to try and get all of the things I knew my body needed. And then I was frustrated that I couldn't go to the gym because I had a baby, but I needed to lose baby weight. So for me, it was like, no brainer. This has everything in one place for me and my transformation and what I need. And it's very inexpensive for what I'm getting. And when I started, we didn't have a fraction, like we had a fraction of what we have now. And so for me, it was a no brainer for my own journey. And then from a business perspective, this is a dream. Like this is a absolute dream opportunity to be able to work from home with my kids and to be able to still have an identity and provide for my family and something like make a difference in people's lives and do this from home. That is the dream with no overhead. Like that doesn't exist. And besides in something like network marketing, every other business has, like my husband just started a business and he had to go get a loan for $60,000, and that's minimal compared to what's out there and what most people have to do. So for me, for those two reasons, for my own journey in business, it's a no-brainer. So I would love to hear from some of you, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to go through this quickly so that we can keep moving on. So go for it.
So for me, I originally started doing Beachbody workouts the same time as Jess, just like a month or two later. And the first time around, I didn't stick like with it. But when I did it for a couple of months and it just worked. Like she said, it was all inclusive. I could wake up, do my workout, and I was working a busy schedule at a bar, so I could do it when I needed to. And I had results. So then coming back to it a couple of years later, I had fallen off and I hadn't stuck with it. So I didn't see the value in Beachbody On Demand was not like a thing. When I first started, they had a couple of programs on there, but it wasn't like it is now where they are rolling everything onto there after a certain amount of VIP time. So to me, it's just like insanely valuable, the fact that we allow people to have access to literally hundreds, if not by now thousands of different workouts on demand, like any time of the day. And you're not just buying like the one program like I did when I first signed up. You're getting access to like everything. And so yeah, as a busy mom, it's totally valuable. Like I don't see how anybody else has time to get to the gym, or I mean, I can't even get my house in order, or grocery shop, or laundry done. Like gym is out of the question, especially for single moms. Like who's going to watch your kids when you're at the gym as a single mom? So for me, it's really a great thing for me to just stay healthy. And the community aspect of it, like I didn't stay consistent at all until I started coaching. And so for my own personal life, coaching has brought in the accountability that I needed to be able to be like, okay, if I want to be a coach and I want to help other people, then I need to be the one that's consistent, because I am not like a self-motivated person. And then the personal development, like I never had that in my life before Beachbody. I mean, I did to certain aspects, but not, hold on, buddy, not the way that I do now, where it's just like a necessary part of my life, at least a few times a week, if not every day, getting that into my mind and like fueling my mind and mindset. It's part of being like a healthier person, whether or not you want to lose weight. So I just love that everything is all integrated in one thing, and it's just a really good way to stay accountable and be a part of a community and yeah, stay consistent.
Love it. Thank you for sharing. All right, who wants to go next? A couple people can talk, and then if you don't want to, it's not free to put it in the chat too.
I'll go.
Go for it.
So when I first joined Beachbody, it was because I had like really nothing else going on. My life had kind of stopped and I hadn't really worked out before or anything, but I was like, so I had no idea what to expect. So when I got actually really involved and into the community, I just loved how positive everybody was and how everyone was just so supportive of you. And that just came at like the right time for me. So then once I started working out every day and I was watching the videos, I'm like, hey, this is how you should eat. And look at the stuff that's in your food that you didn't even realize might be in it. And to me, that was kind of an eye opener because I never really paid attention. And I'm a mom and I have kids. And I'm like, oh my God, some things that I've been feeding my kids that I didn't really think about before. So it just kind of opened my eyes to all of this world out there that I didn't really know existed. And I felt like made me grow so much from who I was and just really changed a lot for me. So yeah, I was like, oh my God, I need to share this with everyone because not only can you work out from home and you can eat right and you can join this positive community, but just like, I don't know, it just really changed me. And so, yeah, I just was like, I need to do this for everyone in my life because everybody needs it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so true. And that's how it should happen. It should be like a natural progression, right? When from our heart of why we're sharing it. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, one more person and then I want to keep going. Anyone else want to share?
I can go if no one else is.
Go for it.
So for me, it actually kind of comes more from a deep desire to help others through exercise. The nutrition part is amazing, and I've actually gotten to that more recently. But I know like exercise has always been my therapy. And when I'm not exercising, I feel less. I feel less happy, less confident, less at peace. Just, I feel less of who I am. I don't feel like myself. And what it does for me mentally is one thing that I've been really trying to focus on with people that, a lot of people, I just did a post where a lot of people, they think that I work out because I hate my body. They think that I work out because, I don't like the way I look. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's not one part of it, that I don't want to I don't have goals when it comes to physical changes. But the confidence that it has given me and the ability to reach out and connect with people and help them with their anxiety and their depression and, their self-confidence, their self-esteem, their self-worth, all of that to me is so far more important than any physical change that you get. And knowing that you're working on yourself and that you're really truly giving to your body and that you're making positive changes in and outside of your body, like to me, that's what I want to share. I want to share what the workouts that Beachbody developed has done for me, because I can go to the gym and I can work out and just do random stuff, but it's not the same. You don't feel as accomplished. Like when you finish a program, like that's an accomplishment. You don't, even if you only lost 5 pounds or 3 pounds during that program, you still feel stronger than you did when you started it. And you know that you were consistent and you woke up every day and you got that in and you did that for yourself. And what that does for me mentally, I want to share that because I think that it can do that for pretty much every single person on the planet.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's so true. I love that specifically, like accomplishing a program. That is definitely so unique. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. I put in the chat, please know this answer for yourself. Everyone needs to know this answer for themselves. And if you don't have clarity on this, then everything else is going to be hard. And so that's why I wanted to start with this, because I think it's the most important for sure. And then feel free to share in our team page or do it in a post. If you're really that place where you're like, I want to be bold with this, like Elena was sharing, like, people need to know about this. Share. Just tell people why. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them why. Okay, so I wanted to kind of break down what is it that we do, because I think that, and this isn't just new coaches, this is veteran coaches. We get jumbled of like, what am I actually supposed to be doing? And then we do the wrong things that end up leading to burnout and working but not earning any money because you're not doing the right things, and you forget the most important vitals of this business is your journey. So the most important number one thing that you have to do, and we all know this, but I'm reiterating it, to be successful, right? We're talking about simplifying success, is you have to find your journey, and you have to have it, like, be committed to your transformation story inside and out, right? Number one step is to set this up for yourself and then set this up for your clients. And so here's the 5 elements that you need to choose. You need to choose a fitness program. You need to choose a nutrition program. You need to choose your supplements. You need to choose how you're going to grow in your mindset, whether that's a book or a podcast or a course. And then you need to choose the 5th component for yourself, how you want to feel supported, what you need from a support element to be successful, and you need to communicate that with your coach. And then for your clients, and I'm going to talk about this when talking about setting up your business, you need to ask them, and you need to communicate with them how you're going to support them. And I think we forget that part. Myself, I am guilty of forgetting that part. So I am someone who's very self-motivated. I don't need to check in with the group. I love our Zoom workouts and I love our community, but I personally don't need to. Other people do. And so it's important that you know what you need, and then you create that. That's our responsibility. So when you have, and this is for, again, everyone, but when you're talking to people about what you do, or you're setting up someone's interested in weight loss, or someone's interested in your fitness program, this is what you do to help them. So if you're brand new and you're like, I'm just so overwhelmed, I don't know how I can start, like, I don't know what to tell people, I don't know. This is what you do. You attract them to your transformation journey, and then you set them up on a transformation program. How do you do that? Beachbody has a menu of options for pretty much all of these things, except for the mindset portion, which they encourage, but we have to come up with on our own. So you tell your best friend, okay, so I just learned we need these 5 elements to a transformation program. These are the 5 things I'm doing. Let's choose 5 things for you. And that's where you ask them questions. What's your goal? Some people's weight loss, some people's weight gain. That's why you have to ask questions before you recommend something. I personally, if I'm talking to a busy, exhausted mom who has horrible nutritional habits and doesn't know how to stop them, and really wants to not only like lose some belly fat after having 3 kids, but she also wants to feel better, and she wants to have better digestion, and she wants to be happier, and she wants to feel healthier and have more energy, then I'm going to set her up with, I'm going to explain these 5 things, but I'm going to set her up with Let's Get Up for sure. That's like, if you guys haven't done the sample workout, it is so much freaking fun. People need joy in their lives and not to take things so seriously, like the person who just messaged me on Instagram. Okay, so this choose a fitness program for them. So for this example, I'm going to set her up with the Let's Get Up challenge pack. She's going to do Let's Get Up. Her nutrition program is going to be To Be Mindset, because I know she's overwhelmed already, that if I were to tell her, like, these are the containers and this is how you need to do, she would never do it. And then supplements, I'm definitely doing Shakeology, but I'm also starting her with a 3-day refresh, because I know that she needs some, like she needs a small win. And in 3 days, if I can help her lose 3 pounds and to be able to accomplish something, like Felisa was saying, that sense of accomplishment in just 3 days, the momentum happens. I just shared a post from Dana, actually my friend. Dana shared it about how motivation comes after action. Motivation does not come before action. And so if we can get these people starting with little things, and then they're going to feel accomplished, their motivation is going to come. So I'm definitely setting her up with the 3-day refresh. I'm definitely giving her Energize, and I'm recommending Power Greens, because I know she struggles with vegetables. And so this is where people get hesitant to, I think, add on products because of the price objections. That is not being a good coach. You have to recommend supplements that are going to be the best thing for people. Because if they need it. Like, I need my Energize and my Hydrate. I need my Power Greens. I need beach bars. I need those things. And I know that there's budgetary concerns within that 100%, but that conversation can happen after you're honest and you recommend what they actually need to feel their best self. Does that make sense? So you're picking out supplements for yourself and for them. And then mindset. You should be reading or listening to personal development to grow your business agility and your mental agility consistently. I'm reading right now, it's called Leadership Starts in the Locker Room, I think. Oh, You Win in the Locker Room. That's what it is. You were in the locker room first. And it's so good. It's so good. And so make sure that and I started listening to another one. It's called Fear is My Homeboy. And it's not where I'm at right now. Like, it's not my jam. I don't struggle with that right now. So I decided not to listen to that. And I went to this one. So know what you need. If your struggle is confidence, read and listen to books on confidence and courage. Mel Robbins' course, I've shared it in our leadership page. Just type in Mel Robbins. It is so good. I know that Jamie shared a post yesterday that was it was like life-changing for her. She decided to become a coach and like really try this after listening to that course. So if you haven't heard from it, then I recommend checking that out. But pick a mindset tool for you and for your clients, and then set up a bod group or for your people. I'm gonna show you guys something that I just did yesterday that I think is gonna change the game for engagement and bod groups that I've sucked at, like I've struggled with since the beginning. So I'm excited about that. But this is what you offer. So there's like, if you can capture this in your brain, this is invaluable. Just like so many of us shared, this does not exist in one place anywhere on the planet for the price that we get it to people. We are offering a transformation. That is exciting. This is what a coach does. The reason we complicate it is because there's so many different ways that we try to do all these things, but we shouldn't. At the end of the day, this is what we do. Take a screenshot of this, or like when I send the slides, save it so that you remember at the end of the day, am I doing these things myself? Am I following my nutrition plan? Am I consuming my supplements? Do I really feel a difference? Where was I when I started? How far have I come? That should trigger what to share with people. Wow, I've come such a long way. I remember when I couldn't even do this. Elena, I saw one of your posts. It was like, I remember in the beginning, like I couldn't do this. Like, this is amazing. I'm doing, I feel so much stronger. That's amazing because people are seeing themselves through your transformation. And that's why consistency is so important. Okay, so now that we know what we're doing and recapturing that, we have to talk to people. We know that. Here's where, first in my brain, thinking of long-term, 100 people, like I want to serve 100 people. That's my goal. Starting today, I'm going to serve 100 people. It's not today I'm going to serve 100 people. It's not this week I'm going to serve 100 people. It's just, this is moving forward, I'm going to build my business by serving 100 people. There's not a time restraint on it. You could do that as fast or slow as you want to do it. But I hope that you will join me in making that your goal, because something happens when you have an actual number and you're like, okay, I'm going to help 100 people find their healthy solution, right? We learned from Milan Jensen. That might not be a challenge pack. While we know that's the best way for everybody, it might not be. Maybe someone already has a Peloton bike and they love it, or someone's working with a nutritionist or whatever. Help them start with something. Have 2 lists. I want you to have your 100 people you're going to serve list. And Sarah, this is Sarah's document, Sarah Holland's document that she uploaded in our leadership page. So look for that. And then I will upload this again. This is what I use. I just made it on Canva for prospects. So these are people I'm having conversations with that are my potential coaches or potential customers. And I made this 2 sheets long. So there's like 40 total on each, like 80 prospects that I could be talking to. And this for my brain, again, you could do this in a notebook, but for my brain, I want a list of all the people I'm talking to that are interested. And then I want a list and documentation of people I've served 1 through 100, and use your own, whatever you want to track like when or maybe what they got signed up with or any notes about it. But this is really all you need for tracking. You can make it more efficient, more effective, more complex. But at the end of the day, to grow your business, you need to bring people in and you need to talk to people about this. That's it. Right? Like, see how simple this should be. We get in our heads about everything and we shouldn't be. We should be talking to people about this, and then we should be serving them with the pieces of this that they need. For a new coach, I don't think it's fair to say if this is or isn't for you until you have at least talked to 100 people. Because like anything with nursing or being a waitress or a computer person, or I don't like any job, right? You have to do it for a while before you know what you're doing. My husband's starting a new business. He has 10 plus years experience in concrete and construction, and he's starting a new business, and he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. He knows what he's doing in like the actual labor, but business running is a whole nother animal, right? And so it's going to take him a while to figure out through trial and error what works and what doesn't. So I want to encourage you to be excited about this and then go do this. That's it. That's how you're successful. Everything else, Success Club, rank advancement, all the income, it will all come if you do those two things. Now, when I was talking to Sarah about something, she said, I want to teach women how to build their dream business. And I'm like, yes, we should. Why would we not use that verbiage? So I'm totally using copyrighted information from Sarah's Marco Polo. But when I was thinking about, okay, the 5 elements to a transformation. What are the 5 elements to building a dream business in what we're doing, right? And this is what I came up with. And we're talking like a well-oiled machine business, not a hobby. Some people will only be running this as a hobby. This is for an actual making you consistent income, growing, you're investing like this is a business. And I came up with who, what, how, when, and why. So you have to know, you should know. Let me rephrase this. You don't have to do anything. It is in your best interest to know who you're talking to. So who is your target customer? And I think I know so many people struggle with this, including myself. I've struggled with this. We don't want to pick somebody because we're afraid that that's going to, like, we want to help everyone. And we're afraid that if we pick, like, I'm just going to help this type of person, that it's going to, it's going to cut away all these other people we could be helping. Let me be very honest with you right now. On social media, everything is white noise unless you are specifically talking to someone. If you're not talking to someone, no one will hear you, and you will be very frustrated, and it will be very rare for you to actually attract people to what you're doing, because they're not going to feel like what you're offering is anything special. You can't just post sweaty selfies anymore and say, hey, come work out with me. Like, most people, they get bombarded with ads right now, especially in the fitness space. They're bombarded with sale things. So why are you unique? And I know that that's hard. I will always recommend Insta Club Hub, Shalene Johnson's training on finding your niche, on choosing your niche, is very, very helpful. So here's just a couple questions to help you with that. Who brings you joy to work with? The kind of person who just messaged me on Instagram about how much she disagrees with me and how she's unfollowing me and how she hopes that Jesus saves me because I'm not wearing a mask. That's not my ideal person. It would not bring me joy to work with that person. That person could not pay me enough money to help them in their health journey, right? So, and that's okay. I know that person has a different target mentor. I want to work with people who resonate with what I'm trying to help them with. And you should too, right? You want people who kind of walked in your shoes a little bit, because you're going to be able to much more easily identify with them, and they're going to much more easily relate to you. And so everyone on this call has a different story, has a different experience, have different struggles, have different past traumas, have different current traumas, or different current struggles. Like right now is a very unique chapter for me that I'm struggling through with having minimal help with 3 little kids and running 2 businesses and building a house. Like that's a unique chapter. So I know who's going to identify with me: the exhausted mom struggling with adrenal fatigue and they can't lose weight and they're figuring out what's wrong with them and they don't have time to go to the gym or really talk to a professional, and they're really struggling with the idea of having time to even meal prep. And so that is the specifically who I'm talking to. So when I'm posting about my 3-day refresh cleanse, I'm remembering that woman and I'm showing them, hey, I'm doing this cleanse even while taking my kids to the park and even while we swung by the juice bar, and I was able to follow it there. And here's what I made for my dinner for myself and my kids. I'm able to do that. I'm able to juggle. And guess what? I have more energy in the mornings than I have in months without drinking coffee. That's a big deal. That's going to speak to that specific mom. Does that make sense? So as you're sharing your journey, it should speak to that specific person. And a lot of times it's going to be who you are right now and what you're struggling with right now, or when you started. So, and then as you're teaching them, essentially your social media is kind of like a teaching platform. It should be. I'll talk about that in a second too. But what problem are you trying to solve for them? That's what's going to attract them to you. It no longer is just going to be you showing up and saying, I worked out today, drank my shake today, I ate a blueberry today. Like it's not going to be, that's not going to attract them to you. What's going to attract them to you is you teaching them as you learn. You only have to be one step ahead of them. And all of you are one step ahead of the people that are around you. So if you just started or just ordered your challenge pack and you're like, okay, I'm one step ahead, what am I doing? How am I teaching these people as I'm learning? And a lot of times it's going to be, what do you want to learn about? So like, I'm trying to think of an example person that I could use. Celicia, you're about to have a baby, your 3rd baby. So, and you're like, okay, I need to figure out how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to take care of myself with 3 children. And so you start looking into other moms who've done it, right? And you look into other single moms who've done it. And you look into what are some time hacks, what are some like meal prep hacks, and then you essentially can repeat that information as you learn it and say, this is what I'm going to do after the baby's born. This is the meal prep I'm doing before I go into labor. This is, my different strategies. So that's kind of how that works. What? Do your income producing activities. You have to do them. You can't do everything else but them. You have to do them. And I recommend you track them. We are going to, before this call ends, I need to go through these last couple slides. We're going to go through the digital tracker together. IPAs are income producing activities. That is connecting with people, inviting people to learn about coaching, and inviting people to your challenge groups, engaging in your free communities to try and attract more people to what you do. Those are the income producing activities that are going to put money in the bank. You have to do those. How do you want to support your clients, and what support do you want? We talked about this a little bit before, but this is so important. And again, this is something that Sarah and I were kind of talking through, is each of you have to decide what kind of support you want to give people. And it's going to most likely be different than the support that I give people right now. So I'm just Sarah using a lot of our conversation because it was really helpful. But like Sarah has a link where her clients can schedule a one-on-one 30-minute Zoom conversation with her. And I think that's amazing. And I love that. I am not in the place where I can do that right now. And so I prefer Marco Polo or text message because I can get back to them whenever I can and they can get back to me whenever they can. It will not bring me joy to put myself to say, okay, I really want to do what Sarah's doing. She's doing amazing. I wish that I had that. So I'm going to make that happen in my schedule. And then I'm going to set myself up for failure and being so overwhelmed and mad because I'm going to be one-on-one with the client as, Liam is hitting Logan with a baseball bat in the background. Like, it's not good for me and where I'm at. And it's important that we recognize this. So if I'm doing something and you're like, oh, I could never do what Jessica's doing, so this must not work for me. No, you have to set up your business how you want it to look. That could be anything. So with bod groups, I'm again very excited about a few shifts I'm making. I'm going to share with you and some improvements that are coming. But you have to decide, and then you have to communicate that to your clients. This is how I'm available for support and when. When I have seen so many people, and I have done this, not have boundaries on their business, and they're excited. And so they work all the time, and in every single spare moment, they're on their phone, and you will burn out and you will learn to resent it. Please do not do that. Have boundaries with your business. Set up business hours. And this is going to change with life and life's chapters. I have had to trial and error this many times lately. I really love to work out early in the morning, but I can't right now because of our family dynamics. And so I'm waking up and working at my office while the baby sleeps until she wakes up at 5 a.m. I'm working first thing in the morning, and then Wednesdays my mom has the kids for a couple hours. Thursdays my husband has the kids for a couple hours. When he gets home, I say hello, give him a kiss, and then I come up to the office and I work for an hour or so. And that's what works for me. You have to find what works for you so that you don't end up feeling like you're always working and always momming at the same time. Sometimes that has to happen, but it's not a good habit to do that all the time. And it will lead to frustration, I promise you from experience. And lastly, but most importantly, you have to, in creating your dream business, you have to know why you're doing this. I can't want this for you. Your coach can't want this for you. Nobody can want this for you. No one can wake you up in the morning. No one can push this on you. As much as I see value in you and I see opportunity and I see greatness in you and I think that you could be the next top coach, I can't want that for you. You have to know what this vessel is creating for you, because it's going to be hard if you haven't experienced that already. You're gonna want to quit. I promise you, if you haven't, you're going to want to quit. There have been days where I literally recently, I will never quit this. Let me preface this. But I told my husband, like, man, I was like in the middle of a breakdown and telling him it would be so much easier if I didn't have this business. It would be easier at times. In the moment, in the weakness in the pressure that I felt, man, I wish I could just be a mom and a wife. But then he looked at me, he goes, do you? And I'm like, no. I would never give this up. And I think that we have to decide who we want to be and what we're going to do when we feel like quitting. We have to remember why we're doing this. Those reasons that we talked about, why we're part of Team Beachbody, those mean something to me. People's lives are changing because of our team, like really changing and being saved. And people are being picked up out of the trenches of depression and anxiety, and they're finding hope. That's because of our team. That's because of you. That's because of what we're doing. That matters to me, and I know it matters to a lot of you. And the freedom that this business could build for you and for your family, you have to connect with that consistently every day. That these invites that I'm sending, this challenge that I'm running, this bod group I'm trying to figure out and I'm frustrated with, I'm building this because 5 years from now, I'm going to this is going to financially, I'm going to have no debt, and this is going to support my kids, and I'm going to be able to send them to any school that I want now that kindergarten costs as much as college. And I'm going to, this is my vision, and this is the vessel that's going to get me there. That is key. We have to continue to connect with that. This is a dream business right now, right here. Know who you're talking to, what you're doing, and just like Celicia said, being intentional with your time. Do not waste time. Time is the most important wealth that we have. Know how you're going to support your people. Know when you're going to work, and know why you're doing it every day. Okay, a quick success tip number 2 is have a clear social media voice. Those of you who are on social media. And I talked about this a little bit of knowing your target. I'm going to go through this really quick, but I'm going to share these slides with you. So remember why you started. Where were you? What were you looking for? What were your struggles? And why did Beachbody intrigue you? Share that consistently through different lenses all the time, because you're the only one who sees every single post that you put. So repeat yourself all the time. Be excited about what you're doing. I want you to be clear about, and this is you saying your voice, obviously, my mission is to help this client achieve this transformation in the midst of these lifestyle barriers. Write that down or like screenshot it or something. I want you to know this statement. What is your mission? To help this client, and this is most likely you or you when you started, achieve this transformation in the midst of these lifestyle barriers or these struggles or these hardships or these insecurities. And they're going to be the things that you struggled with or struggle with, because that's what you can speak to. I wouldn't ever speak or teach about how to recover from being an alcoholic, because I never have been. I can talk about going through divorce. I can talk about I could talk about unexpected loss. I can talk about being hit by a truck. I can talk about those things because I've been there, but I can't talk about something else. So make sure this is specific to you, and because your passion's going to come from your challenges. Your posts should be free. This is hopefully a little bit of a clarifying moment. Your posts on social media should be free value in alignment with your mission. And it doesn't have to be all yours. Share it from other people. Again, this is a Shalene Johnson thing from Insta Club Hub. If you're going to share about fit pregnancy, go find other accounts that are bigger that share about fit pregnancy and copy their posts and their photos with, I use the app Repost, I think it's called. Yeah, Repost. It's super easy to use, and give them credit, but it fits your mission. If I want to talk about adrenal fatigue, I'm going to go find other doctors that talk about it. I'm going to find a post I like, use their posts, maybe reword it if I don't want all of it on there, tag them, give them credit, but it fits my mission of helping the mom struggling with adrenal fatigue. Does that make sense? You don't have to write all of your own content. You can share other people's. It's in alignment with your mission. It's giving value, and what's the word? For people to trust you? Yeah. People will trust you. Teach them, add value to the problem you're trying to solve. Stories. This is different. This is who you are. This is where you show more of your face. This is who you are throughout your transformation, how you're getting there, what you're doing, the messy, the funny, be entertaining, be engaging. What does life look like for you? And this is where you can talk about the tools. I don't recommend talking about your actual name brand Beachbody tools on your feed, because people don't understand Beachbody a lot of the times and they won't listen to you. And it's unfortunate. I never want you to hide Beachbody, but help magnetize and attract them to what you're doing so they're curious, so that they want to know more. And in your stories, you'll see, like in the 3-day refresh, I have pictures of it. I'm showing, and Elena messaged me, "You're making me want to do this cleanse. Do it." Like when you show your journey of what you're doing, people will want to do it with you. But do that more in your stories. And then lastly, find your people by using the hashtags and accounts that your ideal person would follow. So fit pregnancy, go follow other fit pregnancy brands and doctors and people that would follow that and then go to their followers and follow their followers. And I know we've talked about this before, but I wanted to reiterate how simple this is. So me specifically, obviously my brand is very unique in that it's Health Patriot. So obviously I'm a patriotic person. I live in North Idaho where everyone carries a gun. So I'm going to go follow concealed carry women and I'm going to follow their followers. That's unique to me though, right? I'm going to resonate with them. They're going to resonate with me. That's how you find your people rather than the Petrie or whatever their name was that just got mad at me for talking about masks. Okay. Really quickly, I wanted to show you through, like, this is a success funnel for finding new clients. Social marketing, whether it's social media or in mom groups in person at Costco, I don't care. What are you doing? You're attracting people and creating curiosity by the lifestyle that you live. And you're sharing your struggles and you're sharing your goals and you're sharing the good, bad, and the ugly. You're attracting them through social marketing, all the ways, not just social media. Again, I want you to know this can be in person. You're getting them excited about what you're doing. They're interested. This is an option. You invite them to a free lifestyle community. So I have Health Patriot Nation. That's a free community. You can use mine. You could use your uplines or you could create your own. It does not matter. You could do this through Facebook or you could do this through bod groups or another platform. It does not matter. In that free lifestyle community, what am I doing that's different than social media? I am able, thank you, Sarah, credibility, I just saw that. I am able to talk freely about the tools and the elements that I use for my transformation in this group because they gave me permission by requesting to be in there. It's different than on social media in a sense. And at social media, you're attracting people, creating curiosity. In my free lifestyle community, I'm saying specifically, this is what I do. This is why you should do it too. This is who it's for. I'm talking specifically about Shakeology by name. I'm talking about the workouts by name. I'm posting free workouts. I'm posting free recipes. I'm building value there so they will trust me and want to become a paid customer. Because as a paid customer, the benefit is they get the products, they get the transformative tools, they get the bod group access, they get more. And I'm telling them, buy this, try this, consume this, be my client, because these are the transformations you're going to get. Does that make sense? Kind of the difference between those? Am I losing everybody? I hope not. As a paid customer, you get to set up kind of the benefits for them. For me, they get the bod group tracking app, but also they get the products, right? And then I'm showing up alongside of them every day and logging my workout and logging my shakes. I'm starting to do weekly leaderboards and I'm starting to do weekly emails to check in with them through bod groups only. It's like super simple and doesn't take very much time. Okay, really quickly, our impact and our income, you guys know this, multiplies when we attract and link arms with other coaches to do this with. Does anyone not agree? If you did not know this, your income, your business, this will be much more fun. Your impact, how many people you're able to reach is going to multiply when you find other coaches. Yet we rarely talk about the coaching opportunity. It intimidates us. So here is, again, you will get these slides if you want to look at them more closely. Here's a success funnel for finding new coaches. I used to say this is for everyone. Now I don't say that anymore. I don't want everyone in our team. In fact, I have turned down people who've wanted to become coaches on our team who I knew would taint the vibe that we have. And I never thought I would do that. I used to take anyone that could breathe. Like, yes, be a coach. But you guys, I value you and I appreciate you so much. And I would never want to corrupt what we have on our team with someone who wasn't about the same mission and vision. So it's important that you know who you want to work with for a coach, that you are constantly sharing the potential and the vision of what a coach is, the where it could get somebody, and what we do, and where you're going, what you're building. People want to be part of your journey and what you're building, but they're not going to want to follow you if you never share where you're going with it. So you attract people that way. You use a webinar or a website. We have both of those, several recordings on our leadership page. If someone wants to know more information, you get a 3-way call with your upline coach or with me and say, hey, this person's interested in coaching. Can we set up a 3-way call to talk about it? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. And then as soon as they sign up, you get them plugged into action within our community and in helping them with the first 2 things we talked about. Okay, let's set up your 5 elements to transformation, and this is what you're going to do for other people. And you're going to talk to 100 people. That's it. Okay, that is all that I have on. I talk so much. We're at the end, but I want to open up really quick. Does anyone have any questions? As I'm logging into my coach office. Was this helpful or was it more confusing? Is everybody asleep?
Hey, I wouldn't say it was confusing at all. It's one of those things I feel like that but you don't always. Sometimes you need that reminder. I feel like simplifying things. And Elena and I listened to Liz's call on the Slay Squad the other night.
So good, right?
And it is one of those things. And I was talking to my husband about it too. That I don't know how to put. All of you probably know me well enough, or not. Well, most of you do, to know that I love achievement, I love recognition, and I love money. Like I love all that. But ultimately, though, like for me, none of that's going to happen if I'm not finding joy in it. Like I don't get joy from those things, if that makes sense. Like those things are nice and they keep me moving forward. But like if I'm not happy and enjoying what I'm doing, then I just stop. Like I legitimately just stop. And sometimes you get so overwhelmed in everything, like, oh, I got to go do this, and oh, I got to go do that, and oh, well, maybe I should do this, and you just stop and think that all of you really are just serving the people that you bring in and helping them. For me anyways, that's what I'm here for. And I feel like that's going to attract the right people for me if I'm just doing what I enjoy, which is helping people see success. So it's a good reminder, basically, that, just back to the basics and really just finding your joy, honestly.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And those 5 foundational things should bring us joy, right? And if they don't, if we're not finding joy in our own transformation, I think that's where mindset development comes in, leaning into the community comes in, and then just asking ourselves really like, why am I not finding joy in this? And I think that's important for us to all do regularly. Cool. And we do forget, Felisa, and it's so true. Like, honestly, the more successful you become, the more rank advancements you have, the more complicated that most people make it. It shouldn't be. It always is about those first things. I want to really quickly, has everyone seen the digital success club tracker? Everyone is, I can see it's nodding their heads. For those who are watching the recording, I want to make sure, thank you, Joni, I see your hand. I want to make sure everyone sees this, because this is, when I was talking about IPAs, this is what it is. So I drank my Shakeology this morning. And here is where, this is the IPAs are here, right here, and the connect, invite, and follow up. This is what we have to be doing. If we're not doing this, then we're not working. Our business will not grow. This is super important. So please make sure that you're going through these, and I have not been good. I have not been tracking my stuff. But make sure that we're doing this. It's really important. And right now with the Take Action Challenge, you could win so many insane prizes. Like, a vacation to the Riviera Maya. So many of those are being given away. I can't believe it. And mixed fitness bikes is, nope, that's not right. Sarah, it is not, has anyone tried to access this via it's not in the app, and I haven't tried to access it via my phone. Like,
Okay. I'll just tell you then, I was typing it, but via phone, it's got a mobile view. So it's actually really nice.
okay.
So both ways work, but the mobile view looks like an app. It's kind of structured to look really nice. And on your phone, you don't have to like kind of scroll over and try to find it like it's on a website.
Okay.
So it actually works really well.
Okay, that is really good to know. I wish it was in the app too. And I feel like maybe eventually they're going to be able to. But just to clarify, especially for newer coaches, this is not in the Beachbody On Demand app. You have to go on your phone to your coach office, which is coach.teambeachbody.com, in the browser on your phone in order to access it. I agree, we need a coach office app.
You should be able to bookmark that link. Like if you go on your browser to that page, you can bookmark it so that you can just tap it, and it should make it a little bit easier to find it.
Very good tip. I think I've done that with ShareCart. Okay, lastly, before I let you guys go, I want to show you something that I did last night, which you might have seen, that I want to challenge you all. Maybe switch up the verbiage a little bit if you want to, so this same post is not going around from everybody. Where is it? I basically did a post asking who wants to get a free link to the, here it is, the Shaun T workout, which you might have seen. But I want to show you how simple this is. I didn't think anyone would respond because I did this the other day. Nobody responded. I said, I'm looking for 30 people who want to try out our new dance strength, blah, blah, blah. I just want your honest opinion. No dance experience necessary. Can I send you the link? I have 13 comments on here that it surprised me. I literally saw those right before a call that I have to respond to. But let me show you something. I did the same post. Test group opportunity. I use very similar verbiage, but I use a GIF that I thought was weird and hilarious. And no one responded to it. I got one like. So this goes to show you that sometimes people just don't see your stuff or the algorithm hates you. So try again, because now all of these people I get to send a link to. Look, someone even texted or tagged all of her friends. This would be fun. This would be fun. I'm down. That's like the dream, right? So put this out there. You never know. And I wanted to show you, dang it, I closed it really quick. I'm going to, I created, and this was with the help of my 5 to 8 star mastermind group that I'm in. One of them created it and I just copied it. A form, I didn't even title it. How ridiculous is that? That I'm sending everyone who's interested, I'm sending them this form. And it has in it the link to the workout right here. And I'm capturing their information because I'm asking for an honest review. So it has their details, if they're currently a BOD member, they currently work with a coach, some fitness questions, how much did you enjoy it, how challenging was it, how likely are you to commit to the entire 30-day program, would you recommend it? And then right here it says if you love this workout and you would like to access, anyways, you guys can read it, but basically it says I'll pass, I don't want information, or I want to be in, or I do. How easier is this going to be for me to convert those to share cards? Right? So I'm going to send this to you. All you have to do is copy what I wrote and paste it into your own form. Okay? I'm going to post it with the recording. I've got to go because my mom has my kids and she has an appointment. But I wanted to make sure and share that with you guys. Let's please lean into this program, or a program. If you're not doing this one, it's going to be so good for everyone to bring laughter and joy back into the homes. We need to do that. Okay. Yeah.
Quick, I had just an idea for somebody who's not doing the program, because I'm not. I may eventually, but I'm not right now. But I was talking with Elena, and an idea I had as to way to still promote it, because I do have people that I know that would love this program that are still my target audience, is the little after things that he does where he takes you through a dance move, doing like little videos of that a couple times a week and talking about the program in those videos, just doing that last little, what does he call it? His out or his shareable moment or whatever, his shareable moment. Doing those, if you're not going to do the program, you can still do the shareable moments.
Absolutely. And if either of you want to put people in my VOD group, you're more than welcome to. Because I know it also gets really complicated running multiple groups. I'm just going to run it in my ongoing one. Cool. I will share my VOD group tips in another post. Because this call's gone on. But thank you guys so much. Have a great day. So good seeing you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.